Before going into this conversation, I was extremely nervous because I didn't know exactly how to have a conversation that was deep with somebody, because I don't think I've ever really fully engaged in a conversation in the way that I did when doing this assignment. During the conversation, I felt very relaxed. Like my nerves were gone, and I felt like I was able to just have a conversation that had real meaning. After the conversation, I felt like I knew so much more about the person I was talking with and about myself, because we talked about something that I hadn't really discussed with anybody. So I learned so much that I didn't think I knew. And one thing that I did to help prepare and kind of calm my nerves that I had was I just read through the entire rubric and all of the specific things that you outlined in our step by step on what we're supposed to do in our project. One thing that I did think that I did good in our conversation assignment was ask certain questions. I think that the questions I asked really helped build on our conversation. At one point, she told me that she wanted to be an art therapist, and me not knowing anything about art therapy or what it even was, I just started asking questions about what it was, how it worked, how she became interested in it, and it just helped our conversation sprout to something deeper, and we were able to keep talking about something for a good amount of time and learn so much more about it. One thing I think I really need to improve on is how fidgety I am when I talk. I tend to move my hands a lot and touch my face and grab my hair and bounce my legs and just play with my fingers a lot. And the issue that I have is I think that when you're fidgeting or moving your arms and stuff, it takes away the attention from what you're saying onto what you're doing. So at times when I was having the conversation with my friend, I saw myself moving and all that kind of stuff. And watching it back, I see how much it drew her attention to what I was doing other than what I was saying. And I think that has an impact on how well your conversation goes. My goals for our next presentation assignment is just to better fully understand what I'm doing and really do more practice just so I don't go into something so nervous. I learned a lot through this assignment, but I think one of the main things I learned was how important it was to really listen to somebody. Listening was something that I didn't know was a huge part of a conversation. Obviously, everybody knows they have to listen to have a conversation, but the way you listen is so important, being able to take in somebody's words. If you're not able to listen, you are not able to engage in the conversation fully. You can't ask questions that have meaning, and you really don't take away anything from the conversation. If I were to grade myself, I would probably give myself a 96 to 97, just because I think that in my conversation assignment, my listening skills were not so great. In the rubric, it said that we needed to be able to let our partner fully comprehend the question and then answer. But when watching myself, I saw that I kind of jumped at her on certain questions. If she was talking, I tend to interrupt, which is something that I think you should never have when you have a conversation. So that's why I would give myself that grade.